started by our founder, Benjamin Bejbam, who basically built a player in March 2005. He had just come back from a trip to New York. He had shot some video on his little camcorder, whatever he had, and wanted to upload it and house it somewhere online so his friends could access it. There was really no place to do that. It was pre-YouTube, so he built something. He had an engineering background. And it sort of caught on. That spring of 2005, there were riots in the suburbs of Paris, and it was a pretty big event. And people, I guess, already had cell phones with digital video in it, and were shooting off their cell phones footage of the riots, and they started uploading to DailyMotion because that's what was available. And it really caught on. It became a top 500 Alexa site sort of out of nowhere, and sort of started catching the attention of angel investors. An angel round came in. They actually built the site, which looks pretty much like it looks now, actually, became, got into, so was rising through the Alexa rankings, top 200, attracted VC investment money. Initial investors were Atlas, out of their London office. They are a multinational, and then Partech, which is a French-based VC. Series B round in November, and we're kind of, September 2007, and we're kind of off to the races now. Site's very big. We're number 2 globally to YouTube, just in terms of, like, if you just look at ComScore uniques, there's so many metrics out there. Everybody goes crazy with the metrics in this industry.
So tell us about the transformation or the evolution from French-speaking to the United States, the global thing, the language thing. How have you solved that?
So it started out just in French. The founders quickly decided that they wanted to be an international site. The first translation, I think, was to an international version of what they called an international version of the site, which was English. It was very much sort of Franglaise, not well translated, but translated. And that's when the site really started to grow pretty fast because people could access it. By the time I joined, which was sort of February timeframe of 2007, January, February timeframe of 2007, the site was already translated into like 12 different languages, but it was raw translation. And what I came in and a couple of other folks came in to do was to actually customize the site for some local markets and actually offer custom programming for local markets. And now we have that, I believe, in 6 different markets. We have this, again, this international version. We have obviously the French version, we have a US version, we have a UK version of the site, we have a German version of the site, and we have a Spanish version, Spain version of the site. I qualify Spanish with Spain version of the site. I think we're actually quite different to YouTube. I think YouTube is fantastic at what it does. It's a market maker. I love that it exists. I think YouTube is essentially, to me, a search engine. You go in, it has everything. It's volumes and volumes of video. You go in, you look for something you want, you get in, you watch it, you get out, you go in again to find what you want, you watch it. We have very much a programmed approach, if you will, a curated approach. So we try to lead our users first of all, we're channel based. So our homepage is, the first thing that will strike you as you enter a site on our homepage is that it's about channels. We have 18 channels in the US right now. It's a little bit different in every region, what channels are shown on the homepage. We have 18 in the US. And they are, some of them are quite custom to our market, quite frankly. And our intent is to provide, it's almost like a cable MSO kind of model. We provide niche programming to folks. Right now we are happy to share our revenue with our content partners. Sort of we're slicing and dicing. I think we're being extremely fair. We really respect their assets. We understand the sort of money, blood, sweat, and tears that went into creating this content. We act, I think, as a very sort of content-friendly distribution partner. Some of our folks, in fact, are from big content companies who sit in the halls of DailyMotion, both in in the UK. We have offices in the UK and France and in New York right now, and there are plenty of folks who really understand content sitting in all those offices. And our goal really is for them to make money and for us to make money on this. And we do it a number of ways. I mean, there is in-stream insertions, right? We have lots of different products. Pre-roll, we have a toaster ad that goes up and down, 10 seconds into the video. And then we have display advertising sold as companion and not. And the business is, I think, really growing and evolving. So I think you're going to see this crazy kind of double-digit growth that you're basically not going to see and probably many other businesses in advertising in 2008, 2009, given where this economy is right now, I think you're gonna see double-digit growth in, you know, and not very, very low double-digit growth either, like decent double-digit growth in videos, you know, in-stream advertising, and I think the display stuff is going to continue to grow. So I think it's a very promising business. I think money's coming out of TV pretty progressively. It's a pretty, you know, if you follow any kind of trends, you're seeing that happen. And so eventually the money will flow both to the content holders and to their distribution partners.